If you would like to learn how to make my delicious Ayamase step by step, just keep on watching. First things first, I like to season my assorted meats. I'm using Shaki, ponmo, bokoto, liver, and beef. However, I don't add the liver and the beef until later on. I like to season with chicken bouillon, thyme, salt, bay leaf, onion powder, and I really don't measure honestly, I just kind of gauge with my eyes. So I add some water and let this cook for about 45 minutes to an hour. If you know anything about assorted meats, it takes time for this to get soft, so you want to give it some time. Moving on to our vegetables. Now, grilling is optional. If you have an oven, just use that. I like to grill personally because it gives me that authentic Ayamase flavor, but roasting in the oven has the same effect, so feel free to use your oven. Put your vegetables on a sheet for about 20 to 25 minutes at 200 degrees Fahrenheit. Roasting or grilling really just dehydrates your vegetable. You don't want to run the risk of having a runny stew, so don't miss this step. Now back to our assorted meats. About 30 to 35 minutes into the cooking process, I now like to add in my liver and my beef as well as seasoning that as well. We're going to let that cook for another 15 to 20 minutes before pulling the beef and the liver out and leaving the assorted meat to maybe cook for another 10 minutes. It all depends. It might be already done cooking. I'm not sure how it looks on your end, but I had to leave it in for a little bit longer. We're now going to pulse all of our roasted vegetables. Now keep in mind, you should not have any runny liquid. It should look like this. In a pan, I'm going to add 3 heaping spoons of palm oil. I'm making a big batch, which is why I'm using 3 spoons. You probably might just need 2. It depends. What we're doing now is making sure to bleach our palm oil. You want your palm oil to have a cognac, maybe Hennessy look to it. That translucent brown color. That's what you're looking for. This is my liver. I've already pulled it out, chopped it up, and put it in the air fryer. The secret to good Ayamase is having bite-sized pieces of meat. You don't want big pieces. You want little, small, tiny pieces. So I've already pulled all the protein out, cut it up in little, small pieces. It's much more enjoyable that way. Now back to our palm oil. As you can see, it still looks the same. We want it to look like this. Now we're going to add in our onions. Be really careful during this process because that oil is really hot. Go ahead and add in your onions. Let that sit for about 2 minutes and then add in your iru. I personally like to use a lot of iru. That is your preference. Ayamase is known for having iru, so it does give it a very distinctive taste. Mix that in, let that sit for about 2 minutes before adding in your pepper mix. Once your pepper mix is in there, go ahead and start adding in your seasonings. I don't do too much. I just do chicken bouillon, salt, and some crayfish. I don't season heavily in the beginning because I don't want to run the risk of having a salty stew. So what I do is I season just the right amount that I think is appropriate. And then when I do a taste test later, if it does need something extra, I can just add more seasoning then. Do not close this with a lid, but use a splatter screen instead. Once you start to see oils rise to the surface of your stew, it's almost done. We can start adding our meats in now. But before that, do a quick taste test. Does your stew need anything? Mine needs a little bit of extra chicken bouillon, so I'm gonna add it now. Put the splatter screen back on for about 5 more minutes after your additional seasoning. After 5 minutes, we're gonna add all of our protein, all of our meat. Fold that in nicely. I've prepared the egg off camera. Now I'm going to add it in here. Be careful when folding the eggs into the stew. You do not want the eggs to break. And that is it. That's how you make Ayamase step by step. I hope this helped in any way. If it did, don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, and do not forget to subscribe for more. I will see you guys in my next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.